All right, NVIDIA is set to report earnings, and it is a time that is great to really assess the current key levels and any other information you can glean from the chart. So if you're new here, I'm Hima Reddy. I use price action, that's the candlesticks you see here, market timing, the bottom axis of your chart, and momentum, my favorite indicator being the RSI power zones, to boost my trading and that of our trading tribes. So I'm going to do a walkthrough here of how I'm analyzing NVIDIA at the moment. So this is the monthly chart. Yes, every candlestick is 1 month of action. And what I'm observing is that we've been declining from the January high, though remaining stable in February, just looking at the not completed February bar. Now, one thing I like to do is look at important midpoints on the key price action. You can see there's support at 110.98 that might be providing a cushion, even if share prices fall lower after the earnings report or beyond that. In addition to that level, these other prior lows from August and September of last year are important on the lower time frame, or on the monthly time frame. Now, I'm going to keep those in mind, but I'm going to move to a weekly chart. So I'm going to simply change this to a weekly time frame. Bring the price action into view. And now that I've kept those levels on there, I'm going to evaluate further on the weekly time frame. So we've had the RSI power zones working off extreme overbought conditions, but for a while now, since last March, so almost a year. And all of that has basically brought NVIDIA back to the bull support power zone. Now, because this is happening with such choppy action relative to the prior strong uptrend, we're going to need to go more granular to the daily chart, but I first want to see what other important levels are here in the weekly. Well, there's this low that was a bullish engulfing candle from the week ending February 7th. And that's kind of it for the nearby levels on NVIDIA for support. So these four are my major off the monthly and weekly. Now for resistance, I'm identifying a few. Last week's high, week ending January 24th high, and week ending January 10th high, which was the all-time high. I also think that it's very important, again, to watch the midpoints of key ranges. So for that, we have 121.69. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to a daily chart. And bringing the price action into the frame. So these are all those same levels. The horizontal lines have not changed their number. Now we have more detail because of the daily chart. So I'm going to do a bit of analysis and be back with my findings. So here I've mapped out a few items on price action and market timing. So there's this red trend line back from the August 5th and September 6th lows. You can see it kind of got muddied here, but it was a beautiful area to be prepared for this gap down, and it's still providing resistance. There's also this trend line, falling one, the green one, from January 7th to January 23rd highs, which was confirmed beautifully on February 18th. Now, looking at the most recent action, you can see these faint orange lines here. It's like X marks the spot. That was for a forecast for a high to form, and you can see it was hit in price and a little bit early on time. So from here, I now have a forecast for shares to trade lower. Now, this is a forecast. Okay? You have to let the price action follow through. But that forecast is for shares to trade lower into March 13th to approximately the 105 area. Okay, so this is based off of my loss forecasting techniques, and all this is in conjunction with looking at what the momentum is doing. It continues to be dominated by the bear resistance power zone, and we are weakening off of the most recent momentum peak here that formed at 57.66. So it's not looking great for NVIDIA, and I'm going to finish out with a couple more key levels. So I've added in a few key support levels. So the thicker pink lines are the support levels from the monthly and weekly charts, and the thinner pink lines are now extracted from the daily charts. I'll put all of the descriptions of how I derive them in the report that pairs with this video. So the report is at the blog on my website. Now for a little bit more resistance. So just one more resistance level added in at 137.93, and now I will share my outlook. All right, so there it is, the marked up chart of NVIDIA heading into earnings and a commentary with it at my blog website. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give me a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment down below if you have any feedback you want to share or other requests for a similar type analysis, and I'll catch you soon.